It's now time for Trending Now with Olamide Odekunle.
Good morning, Etoma. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Yeah, good morning, Olamide.
Looking very handsome as always.
And you're looking super duper beautiful.
Thank you. I have some good stories as well.
All right, take it away.
Good morning, Nigeria. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and an eye on the street. And if it's a trending story, we are definitely going to attempt to dissect it on here. In our first story, the suspended Kogi Central Senator, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, isn't staying silent. She's taking her case to the Interparliamentary Union meeting at the United Nations in New York, and she's calling for international intervention.
I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I had no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women, because this is a bigger picture.
Now, beyond her suspension, Senator Natasha has raised concerns about her safety. She's warning that speaking out on the global stage like the UN could come with serious consequences. Now, as the world watches, the question remains, can international pressure actually make a difference in her fight for justice? Can this global attention have possible local consequences? Let's take a look at social media. Stunning as always. IJ says, this is a very good move by her. This will likely not change the oppression in the Senate, but I'm glad it's getting the public recognition that it needs. Enough of this sexual and criminal vultures in our political class. Saint Majora says, LOL, we love theatrics in this country. This I no-go agree mentality is messing things up. There is something called sovereignty, and I wonder what that organization or union she went to would do to change the decision of the Senate of a republic. But like I said, we love Nollywood acting in Nigeria. Very interesting. And finally, Daddy Mo says, this is the message that the world needs to hear. Let the dirty laundry that Nigeria has going on be exposed for the world to see. Nigeria has unfortunately allowed individuals like Akpabio to be stronger than the institutions that they represent. But will they change their ways? Moving on now in our next story, more somber. A 12-year-old student at King's College, VI Annex, Lagos, has tragically passed away following a diphtheria outbreak at the school. Now, the student is identified as the index case, and he showed symptoms of a sore throat and fever on the 22nd of February, and he was given a full course of antibiotics and antitoxoid treatment. However, severe complications have unfortunately led to his death. Thankfully, in response, health officials have identified 34 close contacts, and 18 students, unfortunately, are also now showing symptoms. All affected children have been rushed to the Children's Emergency Unit at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, where they are currently undergoing treatment. It's great to see the Lagos State government putting an emergency vaccine drive and an emergency response committee in place. And the Commissioner for Health, Professor Abayomi, has said that everything is under control. But I have to ask the question, if a private school can struggle to contain this, how will our public school fare should this kind of thing happen in a public school? We need to constantly be prepared for infectious diseases, because they are able to bring us down to our knees. We saw it with Ebola, and we saw it with the coronavirus. And so it's important that we are prepared constantly, and emergency protocols are constantly on standby. But this is what the Lagos State government had to say. They're ensuring us that everything is fine. Moving on now, I'd love to take some tweets on this. Talk with Nene says, wow, unfortunately, this can be prevented with a diphtheria vaccine. Ibrahim and Etoma, I want to bring it back to my first story. Global attention, local consequences. What do you guys think about this?
Well, for me, I don't know how I feel about it. Going to New York, going to a world stage like that, to say things of that nature is somehow beating the image of our country. That's one side to it. Another side to it says that, okay, maybe she is telling the truth. That's why she can go that far. You know, that's another side to it. The side I really do not like is what negative effect is having on the image of our country.
Yes, the fact that she has gone to the world stage to report this matter of sexual harassment, which is a very grievous thing to have ever happened to anyone. I'm not saying that anyone is guilty, but you know, what is the UN going to do? There is practically nothing they can do because Nigeria is a sovereign state. The Senate is a sovereign. You know, the Senate has its own rules and all of that. So I believe it will only bring attention to the issue of sexual harassment, you know, gender violence and all of that, more conversation on that, and force public policies and public policies in formulating all of these policies to ensure that this doesn't happen. But the UN has its own internal mechanism of addressing its own, you know, sexual harassment cases and all of that. But what is it going to do for Nigeria, except for what Etoma, as you said, that, you know, it's going to batter our image. But between among Natasha and Senator Akpabio, Senator Natasha Uduaghan and Senator Akpabio, and God only knows who is telling the truth.
Absolutely.
The truth. You understand? So it's a very serious matter.
I find it
but
very
we have to
sad
approach
that she
it
felt that she couldn't
quietly.
get justice here. She felt that she had to use an international platform. However, and this might be controversial, you guys, I really do think that I wish that she led with the emotional and psychological impact of what is going on between her and the Senate President. I worry that she led with my security is being taken away, my details, my salaries, and as a woman, I would like to see her talk more about the trauma and have led with that in that conversation.
Well, when you say as a woman, you know, if you're found wanting of anything, what's it called? The consequences. You bear the consequences.
Yes, this is not to minimize. This is not to minimize
what has been done to her
ordeal
was right or not. That remains to be seen.
Absolutely. And stay safe out there, guys. Diphtheria is going around, very scary. Moving on now, the federal government is exploring international remote work opportunities for Nigerian youth, according to the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu. Now, this move aims to connect young Nigerians with outsourcing jobs from other countries, allowing them to earn in foreign currency without actually leaving home. Now, with the Ministry of Digital Economy training 3 million Nigerians in tech jobs, the government is also trying to secure funding to support skill development to tap into the growing global demand for digital talent. While some people are saying that why should they try to link us with remote jobs, I think this might be an answer to the Japa syndrome. The Nigerian government is saying that you don't have to leave home anymore. We are going to liaise between you and these foreign companies to make it easier for you, and you get to stay at home. But some people might argue that this is a brain drain. Our best talents could be outsourced, leaving local economies underdeveloped. But I'm going to take a tweet, just one tweet now. Nonso says, are these people serious at all? The man of the house is liaising with other men to provide and care for his wife and numerous children. Meanwhile, the man himself doesn't do anything to help the situation. He even forcefully takes from the children and deprives them of and squanders the numerous aids given to them. A joke of a man. Moving on now in one of our final stories, the Honorable Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, is earning widespread praise for his transformative reforms in Nigeria's immigration system, from introducing e-visas and contactless biometric passport registration to even implementing e-gates for smoother border control. His policies are being hailed as game changers, and Nigerians online are calling him the most effective interior minister to date. We have to give flowers where flowers are due, don't you think, Ibrahim and Etoma?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Especially with me finding it easy to renew my passport, you know, upgrading from 5 to 10 years. I'm not Japan. I'm just, you know, ensuring that I have everything in place.
Just in case.
Because you use it to make some registrations online, and for you to be able to get this, very easily, it's a good one. And I say kudos to the Honorable Minister. And what the federal government is doing to helping Nigerians get job abroad, I think it's a way to go. It happens in India, it happens in some other countries, you know, having to get Nigerians out of the country, maybe anyway, but working from home is a very, very good initiative.
Absolutely.
I really love the fact that Nigerians can now get their passports without headache, so to say. And thanks to the Honorable Minister for making that possible, and all the other reforms that he has introduced, has tried, and is working. I hope we can say the same thing about other ministers, other ministries, MDAs, and so on. We need Nigeria up.
But this does come at a cost. It's about $250 now from $100 for this biometric capturing. So you're going to pay through your nose, but it makes for a more seamless process.
100,000 naira for 10 years.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of money.
Yes.
Would you like to chime in on our conversation, or do you think that you have an interesting perspective that you'd like to share with us here on Trending Now TVC? Please tag us with the hashtag Trending Now TVC on any social media platform of your choice. I promise you, we are listening.
Oh, thank you very much, Olamide. That's Trending Now, and quite interesting stories that you had there today. Okay. All right. That's it.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what we'll have for you today.
Absolutely.
But before we go, let's tell you that the views and reactions of our resource persons are theirs and no connection with TVC News. My name is Etomaedu. Have a great day ahead of you.